quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree.
You are behind a thin white screen. A small lamp throws a round shoulder of light. Leather figures wait in darkness. The puppeteer taps the wooden rod once, and the night leans in to listen. Welcome. This is Sbek Thom, the Shadow Theater, where gods, ancestors, and village jokes move together in silhouette.
You're listening to Ancient Echoes. I'm Samnang Bradley, host and heritage storyteller. Tonight, Shadow of the Ancestors. We'll step behind the screen to meet the puppet makers, hear the songs that carry memory, and learn how communities keep this living theater alive.
And I'm Sovin Lida, cultural curator. We'll give you the history, the hands-on craft, and the sound of a village performance. The layers matter. Court pageants, village rituals, conservation pressures, and the small human choices that keep Sbek Thom breathing.
First, a little context. Shadow puppetry in Khmer lands has long roots, court performances at royal festivals, and village shows tied to harvest, rites, and remembrance. Sbek Thom, the large ceremonial shadow theater, is distinct from smaller folk shadow arts. It carries epic stories, Riam Care episodes adapted to local needs, ancestor scenes, and occasionally sharp community jokes folded into myth. We'll include readings and sources in the show notes for those who want to dig deeper.
From an anthropological standpoint, Sbek Thom functions in 3 overlapping registers: narrative transmission, myth and history, ritual practice, community cohesion and offerings, and craft lineage, hands-on skill passed across generations. That mix is why these performances feel both timeless and very local.
Now, let's walk to the workshop. Imagine a narrow courtyard turned workspace. Tables, sunlight thinning through a woven roof, the smell of tannery smoke. I'm with Master Rith, whose family has made shadow puppets for 3 generations. Rith, tell us where a puppet begins.
The puppet begins with skin, buffalo hide, thick and honest. We soak it for days, scrape it with old knives until it sings smooth. My mother taught me, listen to the hide first. It will tell you the figure inside. Some hides want to be kings, some hides want to be monkeys.
You can hear the craft in his voice. Scraping, tapping, a small hammered punch making the eyes and filigree. Now, Rith, walk us through your knife work. What are you carving today?
Today I carve a Ramayana hero. I mark the outline, then the tiny perforations, breath holes for light to change. The arms are thin, the hands patterned with tiny palms. Every puppet keeps a memory, a cut for a village joke, a notch where a rod was fixed long ago. When I work, I speak names to the leather, blessings so each figure feels at home on the screen. Those little decisions, the notch, the hole placement, aren't only aesthetic. They change how the puppet moves, how shadow edges breathe. Ethnomusicologists call this multimodal storytelling. The visual silhouette, the narrator's voice, the gong's rhythm, all encoded together.
We recorded some of those workshop sounds, the rasp of a knife, the tapping of a punch, the dye being rubbed into a carved border. Imagine that soundscape played low under a narrator's opening verse. The audience already leans forward. Rith, when a troupe prepares, what does the night feel like?
It smells of candle and rice steam. People bring fruit, small lanterns. The narrator warms his voice with a prayer, then a juk. Children practice response lines. The drummer taps, 2, 3, Then the screen lights and the first shadow moves. You can feel the whole village in that first breath.
Close your eyes. A chorus intones the opening. A gong punctuates. A hero strides in silhouette. That montage is what we call the soundscape interlude. Compressed, it holds the emotional heart of a village night show.
That sung narration you just heard isn't only entertainment. It's a mnemonic device. Verses shaped to be remembered and to carry local history, social critique, and sometimes gentle satire. A line about a greedy official becomes a laugh and a lesson that travels household to household.
Back in the courtyard, we asked Riff about motifs, why certain animals, patterns, and faces recur. He said motifs are maps, clan singles, religious references, harvest blessings, even neighborhood jokes. Each design announces origin and intent when the light hits it.
Some carvings are for strength, the naga spine, the lotus petal. Some are small signatures of the maker. When a puppet crosses to a new owner, the maker's mark stays like a quiet greeting. We must care for the leather, wax, careful storage away from sun, and the rods, bamboo, sometimes rattan, must not bend in heat. Conservation is a real challenge. Climate, limited funding, and lost apprenticeship are threats. One of the reasons we wanted to tell this story now is to highlight sustainable ways listeners can support troops without intruding, funding apprenticeships, licensing recordings with performer consent, and ethical tourism that compensates creators fairly.
So, how can you experience Sbek Thom respectfully? A few clear tips. 1. Ask before you record or photograph. Some ritual moments are private. 2. Attend community shows or festivals where performers are paid and credited. 3. Buy a puppet, a booklet, or a ticket directly from a troupe rather than from intermediaries. 4. Listen first. Let the narrator finish before applauding. Timing is part of the tradition.
If you come to my village, bring respect and a small gift. Salt, soap, rice. Not because we need it as charity, but because it is part of the exchange. Offer your questions. We like to teach. Sit at the side. Watch the hands. The stories will speak to you if you let them.
We'll link vetted troop contacts, recommended readings, and our field recording checklist in the show notes. If you plan to record, get written permission. If a community asks to anonymize sacred content, respect that. Consent is essential.
Before we close, what stays with me from Rith's courtyard is a simple image, an old man's fingers tracing a puppet's eye and speaking the figure's name. That tender naming is how culture keeps company with craft, how memory and matter become performance. Quiet stones, loud stories.
Thank you to Master Rith and the troops who shared their time and sound. Credits and licensing details for music and recordings are in the notes. If you loved this episode, please subscribe to Ancient Echoes and share it with someone who loves craft and story.
Find full transcripts, chapter markers, and links to support Sbek Thom troops on our website. Leave a review, tell us what you'd like unpacked next, and help keep these rhythms alive. From my courtyard to yours, walk the temples with me. Ancient stones, modern stories, warm welcomes, quiet stones, loud stories.
This is Ancient Echoes. I'm Samnang Bradley. Good night, and safe listening.
Oh, shining diamond, flawless and red, you stand so quiet, soft in the air. I dared not to rush you, feared you'd flee. Your heart too pure to belong to me. If you turn away, I I reach and bind, press my hands, seal body and mind. Your brows I trace, your breath I steal, this mark I place is dark and real. From this moment break and fall, hear the spell, obey the call. False love born from sacred lies, second one whispers through closed eyes. Follow me, don't fight, don't run, your soul is caught, my work is done. Empty will, your light undone, under spell, under Sigmund. Crystal beauty, diamond bright, caught between shadow, charm and night. Time won't save you, truth won't last. This vow is carved, the line is cast. My words are smoke, my touch is fire. I bend your heart to dark desire.